5th day of the 4th month of the 30th year of the exile to Babylon, while I was among thee, captives on the bank of rivers, far off rivers among. Heaven opened up and I saw visions from Yahweh God. On the 5th day of the month in the 5th year of the king, Jehoiakim's imprisonment, an exile in Babel, a message from Yahweh himself to those that he strengthens, from his contempt to flee his wrath, where God's hand rests on them. I was amazed to see a wind storm blowing from the north, consisting of a massive cloud, fire that flashed back and forth, surrounded by bright light from deep within the clouds. Something was shining that appeared to have a bronze-like color that, as if it were from burning fire, did glow when placed within. Deep inside it the likeness of 4 living beasts were in. Visible their appearance were like a man in its form, except that each had 4 faces, 4 pairs of wings also. Upright was the path of their legs, their feet resembled calves, whose butt they gleamed like polished bronze, from under their wings were. Their human hands on their 4 sides, as to their 4 faces, and 4 pairs of wings, and these pairs overlapped each other, moved in straight directions without turning their face around. Their faces looked like that of man, also looked like lions. Face of a lion to the right, to the left like an ox, and like an eagle from behind, its 4 faces around. That's what their faces did look like, their wings spread out above. Around them 1 pair overlaps another with 1 pair, covering them themselves, each moved in straight directions wherever they decided to go. They went without turning themselves. Now in the midst of the living beings there was something appeared to glow like coals kindled and fire like torches that moved back and forth twixt the living beings. The fire was dazzling and flashed like lightning fire streams. The living beings moved around, and fast as lightning looked, and it appeared like lightning flash. I watched the living ones. I noticed one wheel on the earth beside each being that is next to thee, for them besides wheels as they were made. They looked like they were gold colored and made of beryl stone. Each was identical in form to the others alone, appeared to have been created as if they were one wheel. Whenever the four they did move, no matter which of form direction went, they moved without ever turning around. The rims of the wheels were ornate, terrible and profound, were full of eyes that surrounded the four of them around. Whenever the living beings moved, the wheels moved also. When the living beings rose from the earth, the wheels rose too. Whatever direction they went, the spirit wheels too would be lifted along with them, because they were alive, because the wheels were alive and their movements had intent. They moved around where they wanted to move, and they stood still whenever they wanted to stand still, and when they rose from earth, the wheels remained close beside them, the wheels also alive, and they are a living being. They're spread out overhead. Of the living beings and in its outward appearance it looked like ice to see. And underneath the canopy their wings spread out over their heads toward each other. They each also had 2 wings, with which they covered themselves, in one covering its body on one side, and one wing covering itself on the other. I heard them the sound of their wings, like the sound of roaring water, the voice of Almighty, or like a boastful crowd within an army camp. When they stopped flying, they lowered their wings. A sound came from above the canopy that was spread out over their heads. When they stood still, they lowered their wings from above the canopy that was spread out